This is the page that appears when you click Manage Script on any service. This is where you will drag and drop items into a script, order that script, write rubrics, enter worship note information, and assign tasks. Lots of things happen here, so hang on, here we go. So right now I have pulled up a pretty empty template just so you can see what this looks like when there isn't anything in here. The box on the left side is where our script items will be, and this is where we'll build our script. You'll see that it's divided into 4 sections representing the ancient fourfold movement of Christian worship. We gather, we proclaim, we respond, we go forth. You'll be dragging and dropping resource items into these sections to order and tweak them. You'll click on an individual script item to edit it. You can create a script item from scratch by clicking on the plus sign at the top of each section. So let me go from this series into one where we already have some things going on so that you can see some of the other features. The box on the right is the resource database. And these are all of the items that you dragged and dropped into the folder for this service in the frame resource gathering part of the process. You'll be dragging and dropping these resources into the appropriate place in the script, just like you dragged and dropped into the folders. Same action. So let's try it. Let's bring over this First Sunday liturgy for what I call the threshold moment. I'm just going to drag it over here. And again, like frame resource gathering, you need to save it to enter it into the database in that place. So it's saving it. And then what you see is that the contents of the brainstorm note appear rather than just the title, as we've been dealing with before, because we're actually creating a script that we'll use in the actual leadership of the moment. So it's come over here, and you see that when I'm on top of it, it's underlined, which means that I can click on it to edit that into the appearance that I want it to have for the actual script. You can find out more about script item details when you get to that window. But in the meantime, let's go back. So you'll be dragging things over from the resource database, and as you scroll down, this resource database will stay right there with you so that you can just drag and drop at any point in these 4 sections. I've already got a communion liturgy dragged over here to the We Respond section. Let's drag over this video that's going to be sort of an introduction to our sermon on this day, and let's put that under the We Proclaim section. Again, I'm going to save it by clicking on the Save button, and that brings that up. And so again, we're going to click on that and sort of clean it up in the way that we want it to appear on the script here in a little while. So another thing that we created is something called global script items, because there are some headers that we use all the time. So what I've done here is to create a long list of a lot of headings, a lot of categories that are used in our worship. And so these are already in your account, and you can just use them as is. So for instance, gospel reading. Let's say that down here after the video, I want to use the heading gospel reading, and I'm going to bring that over and save it. All of these global script items are automatically thread items, so that, I'm a big fan of repeating an order of worship within a series that's the same. It gives us a familiar rhythm. I do think that you can change order of worship between series, depending on the message of that series or the feel of that series. But this allows you the ability to just go ahead and pull over your headings that you might use every Sunday of the series, and that is populating every Sunday of that series as I do that. So there you go, gospel reading. You can always click into that and tweak that a little bit from what I've got, change that to a different name. Now you can also create your own global script items. So they will appear at the top of your list. Like I've created these these three. This one I was just a test, so it says new global script item. But a couple that I didn't have in my list that I wanted to use in this series, Music as People Arrive, Song of Gathering. You can do this for anything that repeats that you will use quite often, and it will just save you creating a script item over and over again. You may find occasionally that you want to reorder some things. And you can do that easily by clicking on the Change Display Order here in the button right below the title. And so let's see what that looks like. It opens up another window, and you have your list here of all of your items that we've dragged and dropped into that first section called We Gather. You're going to click on it and drag. So let's say I've got my announcements before my welcome. That doesn't make any sense. So I'm just going to click on welcome, drag it up to that position, and then I'm going to save my changes. And you'll see how welcome, well, welcome becomes number 2 before number 3 announcements. That's the way that you change the display order. Another function on this page is this button here called the Generate Final Script. You're going to click on this button whenever you want to see the progression or finalization of the script and what it's going to look like altogether. There's more about that in the step-by-step help video when you actually do click on this button. So those are the functions of this page, really. Dragging and dropping your items into the script, creating global script items. One thing I didn't mention is you can always create a brand new script item by clicking on the plus sign here at the top of any one of the 4 sections, and it will open up a window where you can start a brand new from scratch script item. You can also make it a global script item here